Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Here we got the dollar on a monthly close. You can see that it broke its previous low here. We got support here at these two bottoms right here. And the final, well, we got some extension bars here, but we got final support right around 93.5. So look for those coming up. This is a long candle, breaking its previous low, closing near its low. And you can see down here in and around 90. I think this will come up by the time it gets there to about 90. And we got a meeting line right here, major supporter right around 90. So look for the dollar to come down. Again, I heard Andy Hoffman reiterate his importance that the dollar and the gold are not inversely related and haven't been for a while. But I haven't seen any case of that yet. And he refers to Peter Schiff when he talks about that, how Peter Schiff talks about the dollar going down, gold going up. But Andy Hoffman is a bright guy, and not trying to pinpoint anything on him, but obviously smarter than I am. But if anyone can figure out why he would say that there's yen and the euro in the US dollar index, I haven't figured that part out yet. So there you go. Let's look at crude. You can see the crude got a double bottom, right? Hit the resistance line of our EMA 8 and got rejected. And let's see, on a daily, you can see how its extension bar or exhaustion move, and it kind of broke down. Did a retracement. The 8 crossed the 13, did another retracement. And we got some support here, but it doesn't look healthy. Look for a fall to about 36 as soon as it closes on a daily over the 38. Here's some support over here as well. You can see 5-hour chart just breaking down as it goes. S&P, you can see it closed above near its high, above the 13, above the 8. Off this double bottom for 2 months, it's been going up. So far, on the next month, it is opening down, but we got lots of support here. But if this keeps going down, I would like to think that because it didn't reach its lower high on its major pattern, that for me, it's double bearish. US dollar, or US dollar wanted to go back. I think on a daily. No, it was a weekly. Excuse me. Weekly, you can see how we had this trend line here. It broke down, came back up to its resistance and broke down again. Broke previous low. It's working on these previous lows. So look for the dollar to come down this next month. And then gold closed above our monthly 34, which is awesome. It hasn't done that since it broke down in 2012. Again, on the gold daily chart, watch out for a top here, we've got a left shoulder and a right shoulder. If this can pop above this previous high and above support lines, then we're doing good. But right now on a daily, 8 and 13 have crossed below. So a lot of times this thing can whip across and do a huge head fake. But again, the pattern is a top. It's a double top here, no less. And it's a major top as a reverse or a head and shoulders top pattern. So be careful on that. If it breaks below 12, 1211 it says here, but breaks below 1211, we might see some downturn, and on a weekly, we can see that coming down to this support here, which is our 13, EMA 13 on a weekly chart. So, but no less, we closed above. Looks like the 8 wants to cross the 13 on a monthly chart. I think we're good to go. We might need some consolidation, like I said, but this pattern said it all a couple months back. This Morningstar pattern. Once it broke above resistance, it just took off, which we all know very well. Silver. Here's the monthly close. We closed above the 8 and the 13. Awesome. We haven't moved yet. Our breaking point again on silver is 16. We could have bought into support many times so far. Weekly, you want to pay attention to the weekly on these weekly buy into support moves. So came across, we had accumulation, consolidation. We had this infamous reverse or inverted hammer here, and from there all the way up, came all the way down. This is your best buy at support. Made a big splash when the 8 was crossing the 34. Came all the way up, tried to make a break for it, got pulled back hard, and again you have a nice buy, and we have on a weekly chart a higher low. I would have loved to close above the EMA 8 on a weekly chart, but when it consolidates over the 34, it's got lots of resilience and lots of support, especially when the 8 and 13 start crossing. We have that. I think the next month we will see another final try at the 16, and it should go. And usually the previous resistance, short-term resistance, is taken out pretty rapidly. Might have a little trouble, but it usually slices right through it. A lot of times it just gaps right through it. So then what do we have? We have lots of resistance in here, like I said, up until this previous high. We have a gap from 1634 to 1680. That's already filled, but why I'm mentioning it is these gaps are big resistance and support lines. So we have resistance at 1634 and resistance at 1680, right at 17 basically. So there you go. I think we're good to go on silver. It's just a matter of time. This thing is building like a little, it's been pulled back so hard so many times so far since it crossed. And when it's above the 34 and you're watching that level 2, the market makers sit on the bid and they bring it down, and then let it run, and then they bring it down, and they let it run. Watch it run. Maybe not right away, but that 16 is going to pop. And I think it'll go, take this long candle here. I would say 50% of that candle. And I heard Alistair McLeod say he wants to get above 1850, which is that right here, previous low. So major resistance at this previous low, right around exactly 1863. So he wants to close above 1850. I think we'll hit 18 and back off. Once it goes, I think this is going to pop. This is a huge pattern, multi-month pattern. The longer it takes, the bigger the move. And sometimes, like I said, when it breaks above the 34, comes back, makes that splash, and churns around. Sometimes it misses that, comes back around, and just keeps going. And we saw a lot of those on the gold stocks. It didn't even churn around. No consolidation, no pullbacks. Gold just took off. As we can tell, so got a weekly on the gold. You see the difference. It's another reverse head and shoulders, but it came down, had the same accumulation, consolidation, popped above, but nowhere did it ever come back until it got up to here, until it made its high. Right? So on silver, I'm saying the longer it takes to consolidate, the healthier the move. But this gold, I mean, it just, you can tell it just never came back and retraced. Now in the past couple of weeks it retraced. So we might see gold. We need to have silver come and meet it. So gold might have to run sideways or even come down a little bit. It sure would be healthy for it because it just shot out of nowhere. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to switch over to my other platform and go over some silver stocks we should look for. So here's going to start from the top. It's all about alphabetical order. I don't have streaming on this yet, but it is backfilled for the day, so it should be accurate. AAU, you can see how it went up and came back down and made a splash against the 13, and we came up in this last week. This is a weekly chart, and here is the monthly chart. So the EMAs might look a little different because I have the actual SMA 34 and the T3s with the golden ratio variable or deviation, whatever you want to call it. So I have the 8 and the 13. So you notice these things are smooth. It's basically an exponential moving average, but extra smooth with a golden ratio Fibonacci number deviation. So watch AAU above here. So that would be a good, which is correlating with the 8. Above the 8 would be a good time to use the 8 as support, as we always use the 8 as a support. We followed all the way up. And then we got resistance here. And watch for a major break as this tri-tips gets taken out, which potential on a monthly is right about 110. So just a reference, AG. It looks like we got a top on AG, so you got the tri-tips on a weekly. Look for this to come down. Looks like it came close to its monthly natural point of return. So look for that is possible. Well, look for it to come back to the 8. It could do a stair step. You know, it could take a while. So hopefully it took some profits. Nice volume. And here's my OBV with a 20. So I got my OBV over a 20 moving average, and I always look on a weekly to make sure that my OBV is above the 20-day moving average. So you can see the pop on the OBV, the volume, and the price. So here I'm going to mostly go over silver stocks, or some of these might be mining stocks that haven't run yet. But AGQ, I believe, is silver. And you can see the consolidation over the 34. And just recently, it made a splash into 34 as the 8 was crossing. So notice how the price came down as the 8 was crossing. Always happens. You got to watch for it, and then you got to be prepared to buy into support. That's why I always say buy into support. This is your best buy ever. If you miss these kind of moves, your next buy is the previous high break. You got to clear that. It's like a launch. I call it the launching pad. But potential on AGQ is first line of resistance at 40, but we got the 34 up here at 50. So, and then notice that the unbalanced volume is over the 30 or over the 20. You can see here it was above, here it was above, but it shot back down, and never has it been above until here. So you know that something's brewing. You can also use these as breakouts. You can see this OBV break above. You can be prepared for something to happen. Technical indicators there. I don't always do this, but it is something that you can use as a justification. So you got justifications everywhere. Is it changing trend? Yes. Is the 8 above the 34? Yes. Did it come down into support? Yes. Is the 20 above, or is the OBV above the 20 moving average? Yes. So you have all these things that make your choice. You validate your trade. Here is AMMJ. I think this is a marijuana stock, and I think that once hemp starts to be legalized, not exactly marijuana, but hemp itself, industrial hemp, hemp could be made into thousands and thousands of products. There's a reason why it's illegal, but states, Hawaii, 3 other states, I can't remember which ones, but they're legalizing it left and right, creating mass amounts of jobs, distribution jobs, manufacture jobs. This is a gold mine if you can find the right ones. And you can see the volume on this thing just out of nowhere. Boom. You can see the OBV, boom. Lots of justifications there. So look for a retracement back to this. I know it's a small stock, but whatever it takes. Here's an even smaller one with less volume. But as we know, that sometimes these low volume stocks really just pop, if you've ever witnessed it. But here we have it coming over making a low, and it's popping back over the 34. We got the OBV above the 20. But what I like, because it's so thinly traded, I look at the bigger term chart, and you can kind of justify it a little bit more. So on this one, I'm saying watch a 25 break on a low volume popper. Don't be mad if you can't sell it on the way out, but something you can put, a couple $100 in and watch. You get your core value in there, and you sell your profits, or you sell your core and let the profits run. Maybe this thing will run to 100. You never know about these things. Here we have ASM. I'm not sure what some of these are, but a lot of them are mostly miners. You can see that it's popping above. You got good volume for this week. It crossed over the 34 and came all the way back down to 13, and now it closed for the month above the 8. It's got a lot of work to do on the monthly, but you can see how it is changing trend on a weekly chart. So just something to watch. Here's AUI. AUI had a nice pop. You can see that pop. Boom, boom with volume. Popped over. Look for support off the 8. See how that correlates. And we got previous highs at 350. So it could be a nice little popper for anybody. Get a core. Something to watch. Buy into support. It's already bullish. It's already changed trend. Moving down the line, I got CLF. And again, you can see the OBV above the 20. We got some pretty good average. I got an EMA, a 2-week, basically 13 days moving average over the volume. So you can see the pop up. You can see that it popped, retraced, popped again, and retraced. I think anything above 3 and breaking this previous high there, which is 310, 311. Your potential is 7. Excuse me. Potential right away is at 4 and at 6. So what I want to do, if I can catch this thing and I'm not doing anything else, I want to catch the break and then sell my core, let the profits ride, and since this is barely changing trend, I'm going to catch it off of support, off of support, off of support until it breaks down. There you go. Catch the first, sell your core, go find something else, let the thing consolidate, retrace back to support, maybe buy back into it, or wait for it to reach its previous high, grab another break. I really like this one. It's got good volume. The OBV is below 0, but it's not that far off. You can see these things rise as price rises. All of a sudden their OBV is nothing. Here's a miner, foreign miner. From what I understand, this has a great management team. I don't follow fundamentals, but you can see the OBV rising, catching the 20 as support all the way up. And what I like about this the most is we have a break there, as you can tell. 28 is where I want to take a ride. But on a monthly, it is breaking the 34 as well. So this is a great opportunity to witness a 34 break and a 34 break on the weekly and the monthly at the same time. So pay attention to that, witness it, see what happens when that happens. Again, it's changing trend on the weekly. On the monthly, it is going to be cracking that 34 on the same break as the weekly break. The volume is scarce, but its potential volume is good. Other people are watching this thing all of a sudden. You can see that, right? Here's another cannabis stock. I think this industry is going to be a cash cow. So lots of money pouring into this thing. You can see the previous volume. You can see that it's trying to break and stabilize above. It doesn't have good OBV, but it's not that bad considering. Got a meeting line here at 12. So if you bought into support, you can sell your core at 12 and let it ride. This one I'm in, DNN. You can see again the OBV above the moving average. It's well below zero. But like I said, when it reaches this meeting line, I'm going to sell my core and let it ride. This is actually a uranium mining stock. So, which on a monthly chart, that meeting line is actually 50% of that candle, the body of that candle. And obviously our 13 on a monthly is resistance. So I'm waiting for this thing. I bought it at 50, took a ride, it retraced, took all my profits, but now it's on the revenge. Here's another one, cracking the 34 on the weekly and cracking the 34 on the monthly. EGI. Pay attention to these kind of stocks there. These technicals. This is a huge consolidation, stair step and stair step and stair step and pop, stair step and stair step and stair step and pop. And on a monthly, you can see the pop and the stair step. It's moved up above the 34. You got a 30 break here. Let's call it, yeah. Anything above this previous high, everything else is noise. And you can see the OBV is healthy, well above zero. A lot different than the other ones. The volume is kind of sparse, but when you got a couple thousand shares, it's not that big of a deal, right? Don't throw in your whole bankroll. Here's EGO. I mentioned this one before. It's got this pattern. It fell outside of that pattern, came back into the pattern, is breaking the 34 again. So it broke the 34, came back, splashed that 8, and if you're not buying into support on this one, you got to break above this previous high here. And if it breaks that previous high, you should break outside of the pattern. And it looks like resistance at just above 4. Let's call it 4 and 550 right here. So lots of lines on this one, but you don't need them that much. Here's like a morning star pattern. Here's a hammer above the 13. It did a stair step, boom, came back down. It got a higher low, and it's moving above now. And the OBV is moving up. OBV is just above 0 as well. So those are the healthier ones when you find OBV above 0. Let's go over the miners. I believe the gold miners, right? You can see the OBV crossed above 0 on a weekly. So healthy as ever. It looks like a rounding top here, rounding. Look for supports. It might have to come all the way down, but you got support here. Didn't close above our 34 on a monthly, but you never know, it can happen. Looks pretty healthy. May need some time to consolidate, but it looks like we're changing trend on these things. The weekly chart has changed trend. And same thing on the juniors. JDXJ, almost the same exact thing. Here's one where it caught support, double bottom. Look for a buying point above 4. Take a ride. Just make sure if you buy it, make sure you keep your stops. And it looks like you got resistance at, we got support there. Right around 6, I guess. So it could be a nice ride. OBV's below 0. So wait for confirmations. GORO. It's consolidating over the 34. The 8 has crossed the 13. OBV looks good. Wait for a break of 250. And looks like you can see approximately about 4. So there you go. You got some resistance here as well on a weekly. But actually that 350 looks strong right there. Right? So you got a dollar move. Buy and sell your core, go find something else. Let the profits ride. What I mean is all these are changing trend. These can go for years. I mean, we never know. I mean, from 2012, this made a lower top. So, you know, obviously you're out. And as you're waiting for this thing, maybe accumulating at the bottoms, you buy the breaks, buy into supports, and as this thing goes up, it could, it came down from 2012. That's 4 years. What if we can get this thing going for 2.5, 3 years? I mean, you got to trade this thing, accumulate it as you go. Who cares if you don't make a home run the first time? You just keep buying and selling. You know what I'm talking about? Here we have a GRMC, another small one. Looks like some jackass bought at 3 cents. Instead, he bought 30 cents. So be careful when you do that. It always helps to make sure you know what you're buying. So anyways, we got a consolidation over the 34 here, and we also got a cracking situation over here. So pay attention to these ones that are cracking the 34 both at the same time. I can't get anything out of this. I think it's just above 4. So previous highs. Watch that OBV. Make sure it's above the 20. It's got healthy OBV. It's above 0 on a weekly. Okay. So it looks good. You got a trend here. Let it cross. Let it come back and consolidate maybe. It's a small stock, but you never know what happens in these things. Low volume poppers. Here we have HTM. OBV looks good. It's on an uptrend. You got pretty low volume. Well, not exactly low volume, but look at that. It is breaking previous highs as we speak. And it's breaking the 34 on the monthly. Pretty nice. HTM, I don't know what kind of stock it is. I'm just looking at the name here. But most of these I picked up on Stock Fetcher, where it finds these ones where the 8 is below the 34 and price is above the 8 is below the 34 and price is above the 34. But here we got a previous high break. Looks like clear skies, right? You never know what's going to happen. That looks pretty nice. It's beautiful. Here's one IAG. OBV is below 0. But we got a crack. We got price coming back into support. And as it breaks its previous high, and at around 250, you can see that it can get above the 34 and change trend on a monthly basis. So we're changing trend on a weekly. Let's get this thing above the weekly or the monthly trend. Here's one I did a watch and see previously. Above the 20 moving average. What I was saying earlier was watch these things break above the 34 quickly. This thing quickly pulled back hard, came up. I was watching this thing and I remember saying watch the previous high break, and it just shot up 820 to 980 and breaking that 34 on a monthly at the same time. You gotta watch these things. Very nice. Here's Nugget. Looks like it found support, made a double bottom. If we close the week out on a double bottom, looks good to go. for next week. Hopefully we can close above this previous high here. Really hard to see what's going on monthly since this thing got knocked down from way above. Probably got what was that, reverse stock holdings or whatever it is. I can't, 4-for-1 or whatever it is. OBV looks awesome. We're changing trend. Look for a previous high break, and our next point of return is at 80, which is this monthly meeting line. But you get above 80, I don't know where this thing can go. I mean, look it up here, this meeting line at 250. That would be awesome. Anyways, we're changing trend on a weekly, and get this thing above 80. OBV looks awesome. 80 can see 100. It looks. There you go. Here's Sprott Money Gold Trust. You can see the break on its gold and coming back down in support, making a double bottom. If we can close up here, it'd be awesome. You can see on a monthly, it's changing trend. We're trying to get above that 34 trend line on a monthly right here. OBV looks awesome, very healthy, right? Sprott's physical silver trust. You can see the OBV is just opposite. But watch this thing when it gets above or up above near the monthly trend. See how this OBV will change pretty rapidly. So this is mimicking our silver. Breaks, come back, buy into support, breaks, and looks like we found support. We got a double bottom if we can close up here. I believe I mentioned this one, PZG, on a break right here. So did a nice job. Monthly, there's not enough real information coming down for this 34. Not enough information for this one. But look at on that pop. We had a 1, 2, 3, 4 top here. Broke it pretty nicely. OBV is not that good, but see what happens. Here's another silver, same kind of pattern. We're all following the same kind of deal. On a monthly, you can see that flat top here. Looks like 1560 will get you 17. Now we got the SLV. You can see how bad the OBV is. I mean, now we're talking billions. The other ones were thousands and millions, but now we're talking billions. This thing is so too many contracts per 1 ounce of silver. So you can get the same pattern though. I don't know how they do it, but it's there. Yeah, previous high break at 1525 on this thing. Here's a small looking one, but you can see the same thing. This is another silver bull, I think, or something. You got 7 o'clock high break. So look for volume to come in. Looks like OBV is crossed down because we're having a down week, but it is going into support, and it's consolidating right over the 34. So 7 could get you at least 10, if not 12. So there you go. This thing has been coming down since $1.50. Pretty bad. Tahoe looks like it wants to retrace. Right, back to 10. Look for support here on these lines of support. We got 1 line of support, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of support right there. 7 lines of support. It may want to come down and meet its 8. You got a double top here, 1150. Stay above 10 are awesome, but OBV is below 0 still. Above the 20 though. Pretty good ride from the beginning. And then finally I got the silver USLV. Same pattern. We got a 1550 break. 1550 will get you 16 at least. OBV is above the 20 moving average. If it gets to 16, can get to 18. And then sky's the limit. You never know. So that's it, guys. Something to look forward to this month. There might be a lot more of them out there, but I got so much going on. So far on my stocks, I haven't made much, but I haven't lost anything, if that makes any sense. I've only lost time. My stocks will run eventually, and I will do what I practice, what I say. I will, do as I practice and say as I do. I will sell my cores. I will accumulate these things. These things are just breaking trends, and I think this is going to be a long bull trend. How bad everything is out there. Buy the breaks, buy into support, sell your cores into resistance, and go find another one. Accumulate more. Let the profits ride. Hopefully we can trade for a few years on this. It'd be awesome. Anyways, thanks for watching. It's a long one, but we have a monthly close. Tomorrow is April Fool's, so don't let the market makers and price knee-jerk you out of any positions, because they like to play games, But thanks for watching. If you make some money, let me know. And don't forget to donate. Appreciate you guys. Lots of coffee. But yeah, I got a lot going on. I have a 4 days a week job, 10 to 5. I have my own business that I'm trying to start up for e-juice. I make custom e-juice for electronic cigarettes. Very good stuff. But I can't advertise. They won't let me advertise because it's tobacco related products. And then I do this for you guys. I do this YouTube channel. But and then I have a few websites, but I never seem to make any money on those websites, so I just kind of forgot about them. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what's going on out there, and let me know if I missed something. Most of these are going to be silver. I'm looking forward to silver breaking 16 this month. It is going to be a crazy ride. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. See ya.